everybody, and warm welcome to my channel, Tarot by Izabela. I am very happy to see you here, and I hope you're all doing great, even if we live in very turbulent but very exciting times for the moment. Today's video will be a prediction video for the month of March 2025. And to do this video, I'm going to use my quartz crystal ball, my tarot cards, oracle cards, and some dice. But before we begin, I must thank you all, you wonderful viewers out there, for all of your support to this channel. I'm so very grateful for all of your comments, your mails, your sharing, caring, coffees, everything that you do. It gives a lot of strength and inspiration to continue doing more videos. So thank you again for all of your help. Well, what about today's video? I'm going to concentrate on the month of March 2025 to see if there are any special events that could happen. Sometimes time is difficult to predict on, but March, well, it's approximate. It could be sooner, could be during March, could even happen a little bit later. But when I see something, feel, hear, or perceive something very strongly, it has a big possibility it could occur in that time frame. But anyway, we all know a lot of things are going on, big revelations and so on. But we'll see if the cards and the crystal ball have something more to add to it. If there is something unexpected or expected, or some confirmation of any kind. But I need to concentrate for a few moments on my crystal ball, and after that we start looking in it. And then when I'm finished with the crystal ball, I'm going to take some cards to see if there are any additional words to be said to this reading. And to all of you viewers, well, I get many questions. Could you do a video about this or this country, that country? I could recommend you to scroll down the video list. And there are a lot of videos on many countries I've done. And don't mind so much the time frames, because time, as I said, is difficult to predict on. And you could maybe find your country or a topic you would like me to do a reading on that I already have done. And what's more, well, for those who don't speak English, you can always go to the icon settings, and there you will find languages in 38 different languages. Maybe there is a language you would like to have for the video. And if you go down in the description, there is also a transcription. For whatever I said, you can read it. And there you can also choose a language you want to have the text in. For example, if you choose in English, the transcription is in English. If you choose French, you will find it in French. So down in the description you can also find the transcription of what I say in the video. Okay? So now, just give me a few seconds, and soon we begin the reading. Okay? For the month of March 2025. Glasses on, and let's see if we can find something. This is quite serious. Since peace talks for the conflict in the country U has begun, and the West, especially Europe, doesn't really want to have peace. They want to continue the war because it's a good business for them. There are a lot of money to make on weapon production and this and that. They will try to oppose the peace talks in different kind of ways. In March, there could be some big explosions. Hopefully this will not happen, that they can stop it in time, with explosives that are not clean, dirty ones, and try to blame it on the country R. They are like planning it already, but it seems like it will be stopped before it can happen. They will try to maybe bomb some facility that is very sensitive and blame it on the country R. But it will be so obvious who and why this is done, and definitely it's like, especially for the Western countries in Europe, the last nail in the coffin for the European Union, because whatever happens there will be traced back to some very high politicians in Europe. It looks like at the end of March or beginning of April, the whole country U is waving with a white flag. So it gives up, now it's time for peace. It is a possibility that somehow the country could be split up between other European countries, that this country will take care of that part, that country will take care of that part, and so on and so on. And to give some kind of stability to that region. But until a new president for the country U is elected, because the president for the moment is not elected because he cancelled the elections, and he's sitting there with brutal force, and he cancelled a lot of things in the country U. And all this, what has been going on in the country U, will be officially more talked about. The different media, especially in Europe, will be forced to speak the truth. A couple of prime ministers, or presidents, or whatever we can call them, in 3 or 4 big countries in Europe will resign after those truth bombs being exposed. It looks like some kind of revolution will start in many European countries against the corrupt politicians. Smaller versions of French Revolution. And the President of the United States, Trump, he will go like a bulldozer through every agency, through every governmental section, and really clean the corruption and waste and all kinds of strange things that have been going on in secret, robbing the American people of their money. And big bombs will be thrown. In the middle of March, more and more truth about the treatments will come out, and that will also be very shocking, especially for the Western countries where they have pushed safe and effective for a long time. Some big scandal in the Vatican is coming up regarding the Pope. And I see a couple of royal divorces. Some royal couples in two or three of them will talk about divorce in the month of March. A horrible, extremely cruel practice will be discovered. Not discovered, it's already discovered, but it will be publicly shown. And it's about little ones that have been chopped up, trafficked, body parts, all kinds of horrible things that have happened to thousands and thousands of children. Also thousands and thousands of children disappeared in US and in many countries. What have happened to them? And this will cause ripple effect. Whatever is happening in the US will cause ripple effects all around the planet, in many countries, where the people will demand to know where the money have gone, where their missing little ones have gone, and so on. And very horrific discoveries will pop up in many countries around the world. It's not sure that everything will happen in March, but it's like the beginning of it. About the UFO disclosure, there will be talk about UFOs in the USA, but they will not say the whole everything. They will give the public like 5 or 10% of what they know until they are ready to hear more. It's like it will be given in small portions so that people can digest this, digest that, so they will not get tummy ache. And full disclosure will come later on. Many arrests in the Senate, corrupt people that sits in the Senate, will be done in March. And here in Sweden, well, we have like bombings and shootings almost every day. And during the March month, it could escalate. Could be some bigger explosions in different places. Here are a lot of problems with gangs and so on. And some kind of escalation, fortunately, in March. looks like there will be some change for Swedish people in March. So those criminals that are doing a lot of bombings and shootings, the police or secret service or whatever you call them will be given more authority to crack down on those criminals. And regarding Rainer Fulmich, it looks like in the month of March it will be a lot of talk of releasing him, and could be pressure from the US to have him released because he has a lot of important information regarding what happened the last 4 years. So it would not surprise me if Rainer Fulmich will have some kind of release order or will be released from prison in March. A train derailment, quite big one, Central Europe. Many carriages involved, and it's due to some break of the tracks. Could be sabotage or whatever. The missing part of tracks. Unfortunately, I see them as passenger wagons. Could be some people that fortunately will get killed. A lot of people could be injured. This is horrible because it's obvious sabotage. And it's done, and it's like a country that doesn't want to mix themselves in the conflict, or doesn't want to have nothing to do with the conflict in the country. It's some kind of sabotage or revenge or something like that to that country. I cannot see which country it is. People will notice better weather in Mars, more blue skies. Some places, still chemtrails, but there will be a ban on chemtrails. So when we come a little further in the year, it will be difficult to spot chemtrails around our planet. In the month of March, there will be big raids against cartels, drug cartels and human trafficking cartels in Mexico, but also in other South American countries. Like a real war, see bombs exploding. They will be totally bombed out or eliminated. Some will try to escape, but they will be found, so they cannot start this kind of notorious business again. And a lot of arrest of millionaires from the country that are partying and spending money like crazy all around Europe. And it will be found out that the money they use comes from funds that have been given to the Ukrainian people, not to them. Or they will have to give it back, or they will go to jail. Some strange thing there. A lot of fear for many people, especially when their dictated reality crashes down. They have been brainwashed for so long through the media, through the politicians. And when another reality based on truth comes up in the news and everywhere, it's like it's a meltdown, hard drive meltdown in the brains. And a lot of people, I see them being in shock. What is going on? And it's the process of waking up. Something with Turkey here. Yeah, it's like Turkey will withdraw their troops and focus more on their own country, strengthen their own country. So something, yeah, big changes in Turkey, yeah. Somewhere in the eastern region, could be ex-states of Soviet Union, or even in Russia, some border to some country there that belonged to the former Soviet Union. Big findings of silver and precious metals will be found. Big silver mine, tons and tons of precious metals. Yeah. I don't know if it's Ireland or northern England, like Scotland, somewhere close to Ireland, or there in between those parts. It could be release some contaminated water, because I see people being sick from drinking the tap water, like diarrhea, vomiting, some strange thing in the water. And some contamination of some kind. The authorities will say to the people not to drink the tap water or boil the water, or avoid the tap water, not even brush the teeth in the tap water. And I see Kash Patel really doing a hard job. He's like putting his sleeves up, and now we begin to work with the cleanup. He knows a lot, and a lot of cleaning will come. Many salty tears from the corrupt parasites. During the month of March, some new kind of discovery or invention of some new kind of technology that is mind-blowing will be released, talked about in the month of March. And it could have something to do with air and water, improving the lives for millions and millions with this very cheap but extremely effective technology. a lot of UFO sightings everywhere. Everywhere. It's like they are popping up everywhere. Hello, here we are. Hello, here we are. So it's gonna be... you cannot unsee it. Yeah. It will be so clear that this is not a drone, this is not a weather balloon, that this is really UFOs. Okay? Well, that was what I could see in this crystal. Let's continue to the cards. Now I have to shuffle them a little bit. For the month of March 2025. And some dice. Yeah. Well, the cards, they look like this. Let's see what we got here. In the tarot cards, we have 6 of Wands, 9 of Cups, the High Priestess, the Emperor, and Ace of Coins. On the Oracle cards, we have Narrow Pathway, Tread Thoughtfully, Official Person, a Man, Looking Glass, Purification. And on the dice we have Charm, a Heart, a person that is swimming, and a person that is tied to a chair, and a sunrise. Well, a lot of things will be happening also in March. To be successful in this war, peace treaty, both in the country you and in the Gaza, those involved in negotiating the peace, they have to tread very thoughtfully. They cannot be brutal and so on. So whatever information that is put out from this side, and this side, they have to read it very carefully or go through it to make the best solution for everyone. And especially in the conflict in the country, it will be done to help the people in the Ukraine, also the people in Russia. Not what the warmongering West wants, but what is best for the people. A lot of hidden secrets will come up to the surface. They have been swimming around trying to hide those secrets, this important information, but it will emerge, and people will be able to hear about it. Very high position person, like a king, well, that could be president or prime minister. It looks like this person will be undergoing investigation, and they will find him guilty for some very big crimes, and he will be tied down or put in jail. Overall, the month of March will be some kind of purification month, and the rot must come up so they can clean it out. At the end of March, some new talk, some new beginnings about financial system, some kind of relief for the people financially, or some money that belongs to people all around the planet that they have the right to, some financial payback, you can call that. So well, I'm gonna take some less cards for the month of March to see if there are any last words. For the month of March. And some dice. Okay, the last cards, they look like this. As the final words for this reading, we have in the tarot cards 6 of Swords, 7 of Coins, 9 of Wands. Then on the Oracle cards we have Release Your Ex, The Time Has Come to Clear Your Energy, and the Wagon, Drink More Water. And on the dice we had badminton with a badminton ball with a badminton racket. We have an accordion and limbs. Well, this summarizes it, as I said earlier, in the reading. It's some kind of purification. Release the past. Release what has been hidden. And month of March will be a lot of release. People will begin to think in new direction. Even it will be quite difficult to change that programming that has been going on for a very long time. The truth shall set you free at the end. It's difficult sometimes to acknowledge that you have been wrong, but when acknowledge the truth, it really sets you free, and you can begin to breathe fresh air and drink clean water. It's like a new song will be played this time. And as I said, for many people it would be very difficult to hear the new so-called song or the truth that finally comes up. Many will try to keep on to that old energy, to that lie, because that feels familiar, that feels safe somehow. And that unknown truth feels dangerous. Yeah. And again, the warning about the water. Could be some problem with water supplies. Try to contaminate. Well, the deep state is not completely gone yet, and they will not go away without a fight. And if they can take as many as possible with them, they will do that. So keep an eye on the drinking water. And if it's possible, especially in countries in Europe, to boil the drinking water before you drink it, to avoid some kind of contamination with parasites or bacteria or something. But anyway, that will come up quite quickly, and they will do their best to avoid more contamination when that is discovered. There is a lot of work that waits us all, especially during this cleanup process. And for those who know the truth or are aware of the truth, they will have to step in many times and help people not get too scared or too frightened. And we are approaching, and the truth will be spread to all the corners of our planet, and people will, it's like a badminton racket, they will throw it here and throw it there, and it cannot be stopped. Even if they try to with misinformation, disinformation, all kind of stuff, and censor people from speaking out, and channels and news media and so on, that will not be possible. When the dam bursts, it bursts really, really big, and the flow of clean water, the truth, cannot be stopped. Well, that was my final words for this prediction for March 2025. And to all of you wonderful viewers out there, I want to thank you so much for watching. Stay strong, be safe, don't be scared, and remember, the truth shall set us free. And once again, thank you for watching, and hopefully we're gonna see each other soon again. Bye bye.